وإلى ربك فارغب الله أكبر.
Unitarian Universalism at large believes that access to abortion is not only something we believe in spite of our religion, but as a matter of our faith. That bodily autonomy and access to health care and reproductive freedom and justice is a part of what it means to be a faithful person.
We are non-denominational. Most of us come from more of a charismatic or Pentecostal background, which is very conservative, and we honor that. Life is valuable. It's very valuable. But also, the beautiful gift that God has given us is that of free will.
The position in Islam is pretty much in the pro-life direction. If the mother's life is in danger, it becomes what you call a present life versus the would-be life. So anytime a mother's life is in danger, Islam totally accommodates that pregnancy can be terminated.
If we look at the biblical texts and we look at the rabbinic texts that follow them, it is very clear that abortion is a permitted act. None of it says that it's something that is casual. None of it says it's something that shouldn't be taken seriously. But it is very clear from the book of Leviticus in the Hebrew Bible on through other texts that the termination of a pregnancy is something that is permitted.
I think the language of pro-life and pro-choice is deeply unhelpful. If you are advocating for what you believe is a right to life, that means also a right to care and support for a life that involves thriving. When it comes to pro-choice, this idea that personal freedom is the most important thing lacks nuance also.
I'm a pro-lifer, even though I feel like I'm more moderate than anything. But we assume that people are out just to harm or to take life, when we don't take into consideration the backdrop of circumstances, the socioeconomic class of people, sometimes the tragedies around experiences. We have to take those things into consideration. On the pro-choice end of it, they think they think pro-life people are just staunch, bigoted, conservative, when in all actuality, it just comes from a healthy value of life.
Well, the thing is, our country has come to a point of my way or the highway kind of mentality. And that's why any person who condones abortion in any of the circumstances, become murderers, And when you have rhetoric like that, it does not leave much room for accommodation or for a middle position. I had a very strong mother. She was a dean of a college, and she was born in 1926. So a woman born in 1926 in a country like Pakistan, could go at that level. At that time, you can well imagine that, how much of a strong woman she was. And I had always seen that. And so that filters into my decision-making as well, that I do not want to ever thwart the independence and the independent decision-making capacity of a woman in terms of this issue.
I was a teenager, and I remember, just young and just crazy high school student, I actually thought I was having a child. And I remember getting the call. She was like, whoa, wait a minute. I gotta go tell my parents. No, you can't go tell your parents. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I was like, I'm shocked, I'm scared, but okay, we're gonna do this. I don't know where that came from. Maybe because my parents, they did foster care, raised 24 foster children aside from their own children. So they were always in the business of taking children in, people that didn't have the same luxury, the same benefit of family. And so I seen them bring children in and love them and raise them. And long story short, didn't happen. It didn't happen. But in that moment, I realized, I was like, wow, I remember this has to be a value system of mine.
I don't think abortion's always going to be the right choice. It is sometimes the right choice. I do believe that. And I want to be able to make sure that people have the ability to safely and freely access abortion if that's the right choice for them. But is it always the right choice? No.
I don't feel like we have an adequate social service system to handle this decision to overturn Roe versus Wade. It's not established in a way that can handle this influx of children coming in. At the same time, I want to give these children an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Some of us bring pain in our bones or worry for the world. I assume that those with a different or opposing view think of me as someone who is faithless, religionless, secular, cold-hearted, selfish. I wish that people on the other side of the argument knew how deeply I care about people, how much I strive to live my faith, and how much nuance I strive to bring into this conversation.
He has more life for you to live. He has more impact for you to make. The Lord has more, and we are grateful.
By me saying I'm pro-life doesn't mean I'm saying I'm anti-woman. I'm not evil, I'm not antiquated, and I do value and honor women. I believe in women in ministry. I believe in women having leadership rights and positions. So I don't devalue women. I don't devalue their right to choose for what happened in their body.
There are some who honestly probably think that I'm misguided. I come from a very progressive part of the Jewish community, and there are some who may say, is this serious, or is this a legitimate point of view? And I've done enough learning and have developed enough ways of articulating messages that I can say, yes, what I am talking about is absolutely 100% serious and legitimate and a real part of Jewish teachings.
I had here at the Islamic Center a bunch of pro-life groups who came and wanted us to sign a petition so that the Planned Parenthood would not come across from us on this building across from the paychecks. And I told them, I said, Islamic Center could not be representing one opinion on this, because within our congregation of 1,000 people, you could have so many people who have a nuanced view of this. And they said, well, then you're condoning that this can go on. I said, I never said that. I only said that I would want this decision to be at the level between the mother and the doctor, and also to be considered with all the other conditions.
The question that no one is asking as it pertains to religion and abortion is, how can the church maintain its value while still opening its arms to those who have had abortions or to those who feel like it's their right to do so? One, that's on this end. On this end, how can society that is pro-choice still respect and revere this sacred religious institution that holds to these high values without demonizing, degrading, or another D word, deteriorating this institution?
I think the question that really needs to be asked is what it means to be united as a country with 50 states. And I don't mean that in such a dramatic way, but I believe that the premise of being the United States is that all 50 states ensure certain things for every American. It's about what does it mean that we are the United States and Americans should be able to be safe in all 50 states.